So my outer axle boot got leaked and I saw grease all over here.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What I did was remove the axle and again fitted the axle and put a new axle seal. But look at that, there is quite a bit of an gear oil leaking. So I will show you what I did mistake, so that in spite of putting a new axle seal, still my gear oil is leaking, and I will show you 3 to 4 tips which you should do while replacing the axle and axle seals. And another tip, if you have to change the axles or the axle seals of the both, try to change this one first, because when you lift it up, the level of the car will be like this, okay, level of the car, so the oil will be less leak. So if you change the left side before, then the level of the car, the other side will be lifted and this will be leaking oil. So it's better you do this thing, the transmission side first.
The removal part I have shown in detail in another video. It's easier done with this method instead of hammering down the lower control arm. Okay, just loosen these strut screws and the hub is off and axle can be easily removed.
So the problem is, before I extract the actual seal, the problem what is that the seal should not be put all the way in, okay. For example, this is the gear housing, the seal should be just facing, no, let me show you. The seal I put it, actually I put it slightly inside the casing, so that's why it was not rotating here, okay. Look at that, it was just rotating at this margin, okay. So it should have been, look at that, okay, look at that, when I put it in here, okay. So now the seal is in, it should have been rotated like that, but instead what I did was, now mistake was that I put the seal inside the casing further, that's why it was rotating like that, okay. If you can see, the seal is almost half the way inside, okay. It should have been just over this border, okay. It should have been over this border, okay, but it has pushed inward so that even my finger is able to feel the housing, okay, this gear housing. That's why this was my mistake, okay. So another thing now is how to take this seal out. What people use mostly is, they use the screwdriver to pry this open. You can do that, there are various videos, but whatever tool you try, just don't brush the margins, okay, these margin, housing margin. If you brush them off, there will be leaking always, because you have damaged this aluminum casing. Just put the screwdriver so that it is not touching here, instead it is just prying this portion, okay, just this portion, not the border. Let's extract the seal now. If you don't have a seal puller, this could be challenging. You can take a flat hand screwdriver, okay, and then push it in the margin and just push it downward, okay, so that I am pushing it up and seal is coming toward me. But don't push it all the way so that it can damage the borders, okay, that's what I am saying, okay. Just now tip is in, I will try to, okay, similarly slightly here, and after sometimes it will come out. I have to use 2 hands, okay. So it's out now, okay. Let's see if the spring is there or not. Yeah, a spring is there, but mainly the axle was rotating just at the borders. Now another very important tip, what about the grease, okay. We do not grease the outside portion, okay. This is, we will grease the inside portion. And last tip, but more important tip, when, for example, this is in the housing, you have installed the seal, grease this inner portion, okay. Then when you pulling the axle, just make sure axle head goes inside, okay? It don't woggle and touches the borders, okay? So that's it. That's the most important step. But if you hit the border, what will happen is this little spring, this will pop open and all the tension will be gone and you will be leaking from here, okay? So now we will put it inside, but so that it is deep enough. We will just put it so that the border is, we can feel the border, okay? Interesting thing, I have noted that the space inside for the seal is almost double, okay? Honda could have made this seal slightly wider so that people don't do this mistake. So how to tackle that problem? Because I have noted when I try to put this seal on, it takes so much force to slide it over this portion. Although look at that, it's almost greased. So that's why I think what happened was, because I remember last time I installed the seal and it was just over the border of this bell housing, okay? But when I take out the axle, the seal was almost all the way back in. So what I am thinking, instead of doing the same mistake, what I will do is, this is my older seal. With a cutter blade I have just cutted this upper margin, okay? Look at that, there is a seal margin, so that its width is now reduced. So what I will do is, it's a crazy idea but I think it will work. I will put two seals in that, okay? So the overall thickness would be like this, and this I think will be just what I want it to do, because I will flush this seal just how much back it can go, and then I will install another seal over that and we will see how much far it is or how much even it is, okay? So let's try. Here goes nothing, and I have popped the spring out of the seal which is going inside, because this is just a spacer seal, okay? This is not the oil preventing seal. So let's pop the first seal, which is the spacer seal, okay? This is the old seal, just I am putting it back. The first seal is in, and look at that, I can feel one seal space still there, okay? So here goes the second seal. Let's see. Okay, so those two seals idea is so genius, okay? Look at that, it is almost at the border and it is not going further if I press it, because the other seal is preventing. So now I think I have found the solution to my problem. Look at that, how flush it is, okay? Just a little bit, I think just we have 1 mm protruding, okay, the outside, and that's very fine, okay? We have so much area which will prevent the oil leak. So now it's time to put slightly grease over here and then put the axle back, and let's see if it leaks or not. I hope it does not leak, because now we are foolproof that this axle won't push the seal further, because the other second seal is preventing the first seal from going. The original seal which will prevent the oil leak is from outside. If you can find, this is Honda urea grease and this is the best grease. This is from the Honda and it is not thick, not so thin, okay? That's nice stuff, okay? So just little bit over here and a lot bit over there, okay?
So after putting the axle back, and we will be seeing if it leaks or not. Before that, I will be topping the gear oil, and there is another tip for you.
But a little tip which I am showing now, we will be topping of these, and original Honda point is, okay, that little screw down, that is the bleeder screw, and this above nut is, this is the filling screw, okay, this one, okay? So now what you can see, this nut is so difficult to access, okay? This one so difficult, okay? So now we'll be doing is, we will be using this pressure bleeder rubber here, okay? Look at that, this thing you have seen it on your transmissions. Let me take it out for you. So easy to reach, this little guy. This is to vent excessive air from the transmission. So what I will be using is a little pipe, okay? So I have attached this one and I'll be passing it through here, okay, so that it will be standing on its own, okay? So let me put it here, nice and easy on that, and now we will The pipe is slightly longer, but look at that. It will be standing on its own. Okay, so you now don't have to hold it. Since we lost this small amount, I am not putting this back, and this is nearly 200 ml. So let's put that again inside it. Okay, it's very easy. Just put it here, and it will be going all the way in. Don't even need to hold the bottle. Okay, this thing is so cool. Okay, it is going here, but that's because there was very small amount left. That's why I put it inside, put it like that. If this had been bigger amount, this would have been fallen. Okay, after topping up, I'll be lowering the car and going for a drive, and we will see if there are any droplets on the ground or not. Okay, so it's morning, and you can see the floor is absolutely dry. Okay, nothing underneath, but still I will go for the drive so that transmission warms up, the seals get loose, then I will say it as a success. Okay, when I return home and there is no dribble, because previously when I changed everything single seal method, then at home there was no dribble, but I came from a drive and then there was dribble. So we will test it after I came from the drive. Okay guys, the moment of truth. Let's see if the transmission fluid leaked or not overnight. Yesterday I drove it quite a lot, and let's see if it's there or not. You can see there's nothing there, so this is a success. And so this is a double seal method. I think I am the first in the world to invent this, and I hope this benefits someone. And please give a thumb up and subscribe, and see you in the next video.